Battlefield 6 vehicles are disgraceful. This is by Silk, the #1 pilot in Battlefield, or just any Battlefield in general. Bro is absolutely goated with this one.
Hello guys, hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm talking about something that I really didn't want to have to talk about. I truly didn't want to ever make this video, but today I'm talking about the sorry, despicable, honestly fucking awful state of the air vehicles in Battlefield 6.
He's pissed. he's pissed. Which is crazy because I know that the piloting, like, there are troubles, there are a lot of issues with the jets and helicopters in this game, especially with the fact that, one, the radar is god awful. You can't tell if there's somebody dogfighting you or not. The TTK for the pilots is also ridiculously fast. That and the maps aren't really made for jets. I mean, there's only really like 2 maps where you really want to play when it comes to piloting. That being Liberation Peak and Operation Firestorm. Those are the 2 main maps you want to play as a jet main in Battlefield that I can think of. The new Blackfields, is it Valley? Or no, Blackwell Fields. Yeah, Blackwell Fields. Terrible. Absolutely god-awful map for the jets and helis. You are constantly getting targeted, and there is no cover whatsoever. So, besides that, I don't know what he's gonna say, but, I mean, let's see.
I tried to give Battlefield Studios the benefit of the doubt for so long. I really did. People would come into my stream all the time, complaining about these bugs, saying that they're not playing the game anymore because of the state of things. And my response was quite consistently, hey man, it's a new Battlefield release. Battlefield games don't come out in very good condition. Just give them a week, give them 2 weeks, they're gonna get it all sorted.
I mean, this is way better than 2042.
Right. I was wrong. I gave them the benefit of the doubt, just given the quality of this release for a Battlefield game. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still enjoying this game, but I am not enjoying the air vehicles, even like 15-20% of the time. The amount of frustration that playing these things gives me, compared to the slither of satisfaction from these dumbed-down mechanics, it just can't be stated enough. So, in today's video, I want to go over all the things that I think are plaguing air vehicles, because this isn't the video I had planned today, but this is the video we're making, because honestly, there needs to be some action here. We've given them long enough. Here are the things that I really wish they would change, or at least look at, because, you know, time's up, guys. Time's up.
I completely forgot that there was an invincibility bug.
Starting out with the absolute obvious, let's talk about the bugs. There's so many bugs that are plaguing the air gameplay, it's ridiculous. It's a bug world out there, and to be a good air vehicle player in Battlefield 6, I would argue that you have to know some bugs and frequently abuse them. I mean, I've actually integrated so many bugs into my gameplay, I'm disgraced.
I will say the only bugs that I can really think of is, one, the invincibility glitch that he just showed, where you go all the way up into the air and you cannot shoot somebody down. You're basically in free fall motion, but after that, I feel like you're a really easy target. And then the second one is when you get marked by a recon and then somebody hits you with an AA or some guided missile that is just, you can't evade it whatsoever. And you're cooked, and it's a one-shot. Those are the only 2 I can really think of. Besides that, I don't know what more there is, so we'll have to see. Which, keep in mind, these are god-awful glitches, especially the getting painted and then not being able to see a guided missile coming straight for you, because you're cooked every time.
But it's a bug world out there, and that's how you play the game. But just to start with, the most glaring example is the laser-designated missiles going through flares. So every single ATGM that can lock onto a laser designator will ignore flares, and if it's going to hit your jet, it will one-shot it whether flares are there or not.
Facts.
Some of the missiles are less reliable at hitting the jets just because of their turning rates, but if the missile hits, it will hit regardless of flares being there or not. The flares don't do anything.
That TTK, bro.
That is a disgusting bug, and you know how they could fix that? There's 2 options here. You could either fix the bug. There's 3 options, actually. You fix the bug. Option 1, that's the best one.
Facts.
Option 2, you get rid of the laser designator because all the problems are to do with the laser designator. Or option 3, you get rid of all the missiles. What did they do? They did the minimum band-aid fix of just getting rid of one of the missiles. What did the players do? They just use all the other ones. The game...
Yeah, and here's the thing with that. It doesn't seem very likely that they just straight up remove a whole gadget. I don't see Battlefield doing that. I honestly just think, just make it so that a guided missile can't one-shot you. I think that's the best the best fix. Just make it so that you don't get one-shotted. Like, I think I could tolerate it more if it wasn't for the fact that I would get painted and then one-shotted and I wouldn't have even known. You know what I mean? Because then maybe I can try and play around it. I can use my chase camera or my rear view camera more and see if there's a missile after me. Or maybe just add an indicator, like something. It doesn't even have to be like as obvious as the incoming missile like icon. Maybe just like a little like color telling you something is coming after, like just something. Anything. Maybe a smaller, less noticeable indicator, or just make it so that you get 2-3 shotted maybe. You know, because, like, dude, getting one-shotted out the sky and not even knowing it's coming after you, dude, it's so tragic. Especially if you're on a heater of a missile or piloting gameplay, because then you got to start playing paranoid, and you don't even know, like, where it's coming from. Maybe just even make it obvious that it's happening toward you, that somebody's painting your shit, and you could target them. That'd honestly be good, too.
It's pretty much just as bad as it was before, but now you're just getting killed by the other missiles through flares in the same exact bullshit way. Like, what stroke of incompetence has just told them to get rid of this one missile? Why wouldn't we get rid of all of them? It doesn't make any sense to me. This seriously just mind-boggled me when people were celebrating this fix. It's not a fix, it's a band-aid, and it's already ripped off. It's done nothing by now. And speaking of done nothing, how about we look at what they did with the stealth jet missiles? So the stealth jet missiles got removed from the game a while ago because they were going through flares and killing everything. But then they added them back and the bug wasn't even fixed. They did nothing. And that ruined like a good 2 days of air gameplay. That's how you guys got to meet Captain Buglord. I mean, that was just incredible.
I don't know what he's talking
I don't know
about.
how that made it to the game. There's been so many different instances where I question whether there's any quality assurance that goes into these patches.
I mean, me personally, when it came to playing with the Jets, because I mean, I had a really good run with the Jets, especially with the beginning of the game. The flares were fairly consistent. I did have times where I popped my jet and I'd still get hit with a missile, but like that could have been a timing issue. Maybe a missile just went off course and still somehow managed to hit me, but flares to me felt somewhat consistent. Obviously not when you get painted and then get hit with a guided missile. No, you're cooked 10 out of 10 times, but other than that,
each time, I'm leaning more towards, no, there probably isn't.
I do play Red
At least for
sometimes.
the air gameplay side of things. At least for infantry, most of the patches come out and they do what they say they're going to do. Things that are disgustingly broken, they get fixed fast enough. If there was anything to the magnitude of what we're dealing with right now, it would have been hotfixed overnight. But it makes sense, because when I think about it, the air vehicles in Battlefield only exist to die in a pretty way. They only exist to make a nice sound as you fly over the infantrymen. They don't actually exist to provide any sort of meaningful, high skill gap gameplay like they did in the past. Like they did for 20 years. It's a different story now with Battlefield. I don't know who they're targeting these air vehicles at, but they're not fun to play against. I guarantee that. I guarantee that. I'm farming harder than ever in Battlefield 6. See, the matter here is not how hard I farm. I don't really care. I care about satisfaction. I care about frustration as well. It's about the ratio of, you know, how satisfying.
Bro, you got to keep in mind, this is the number one pilot saying this stuff.
Versus how frustrating are the little
like the goat of all goats.
In previous Battlefield games, there was issues,
undisputed.
don't get me wrong. But when it went well, my god was it satisfying. Because you had so many different mechanics to leverage. And you could see, even by not looking at the names, whose gameplay was whose. It was stylistically different because the game let you express yourself in so many different ways. But I could not tell for the life of me who's playing when I watched a game of Battlefield 6. It already all looks the same. The skill gap is so disgustingly low.
I will say that the playstyle when it comes to piloting is all the same. I mean, I deadass use the exact same routes as Silk. Like, what he's doing, especially when you play on Liberation Peak, and I think it has to do with the fact that, like, just the map pools are so smart. Like I said, bro, there's only 2 maps you can really play, like, properly with the Jets, being Operation Firestorm and Liberation Peak. And with Liberation Peak, all you're really doing is just the same route where you just go in from the bottom, right? You're dropping bombs on C, and then you start going up the mountain. Then from up the mountain, you look at C again, maybe even D. I don't know exactly. I don't remember where D is on the map, but like the opposite side of C. Drop a bomb there, see if you can target something on E, and then you do the same route. Go into your spawn, fix your jet, up the mountain, come back down, drop a bomb on C, get like a 6-piece. And you see it, you see him doing it all the time. And it's like everybody has the same playstyle, and everyone that's like targeting the Jets know this shit. They know where everybody's going and coming out from.
I mean,
it's a pain in the ass.
With a disgustingly low thing. Let's talk about dogfighting, because what dogfighting? There's no dogfighting.
Yeah, there's no dogfighting in this game.
The best way to deal with an air vehicle in Battlefield 6 is to camp it off spawn. Now, this is because of 2 things mainly. Firstly, there is no air radar that works in this game. This is something that honestly just baffles me, because I got to play this game early in Melbourne in February this year. and I got to fill out an A4 piece of paper with all the feedback I wanted to give the developers. You guys know me. I filled that.
Jesus Christ. Did you guys see the targeting in this game? Look what happened. I'm sorry to rewind, but like the targeting is also super inconsistent. He's trying to target this small vehicle, right? Because it's a one shot with these targeting missiles. It doesn't latch on for some reason. It targets the person that isn't even like it's just some random vehicle. No one's even in it.
Paper.
You see it happen. Look.
I wanted to give the developers.
It did it twice.
You guys know me.
No one's in it.
Damn piece of paper. And I was being encouraged to give my most harsh criticism possible. Some of the big dogs at EA like actually pulled me aside and said,
Jesus.
we know you're critical. Don't hold back. The devs need to hear it. We need to get this game right. So this is an extension of that. I gave my feedback then. I'm still giving it now. You're welcome. Anyways, radar didn't work in that build of the game. That was obviously an issue. I wrote it down. Radar still doesn't work now. Like,
No.
I get it, leaving it a little bit of time. I get it even like releasing the beta without the radar fully working. But by release, it should have been fixed. By week 1, it should have been fixed. By a month after launch, there is no excuse for not having radar. Imagine if infantry didn't have a working minimap, there'd be tears on the streets. I'd be swimming in tears right now. But because it's for a
It's kind of crazy too, bro, because Battlefield, like, I feel like they've been communicating with the community well, but they're not.
We need in air gameplay, right?
I really am surprised they haven't fixed the problems with the jets. Because I'd feel like you would think they'd focus on their main like core community with Conquest and these big size maps, but they're not. They're really not. And this was a problem that people were seeing when RedSec dropped. They were hoping that they wouldn't put all their attention and all their marbles in RedSec and just focus on the BR. Because, bro, we all notice it. These Battlefield multiplayer size maps are tiny. They're so tiny. You are asking to die if you pick up any kind of a aircraft vehicle in this new map. What is it? Blackwell Fields. I keep forgetting the name. But dude, you are asking to die. It is such a bad time. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm saying the same thing, but like the problems are just like you'd think it'd be an easy fix.
Now, and it alone would do so much for the state of the game. Please, for the love of God, add an air radar. Like, please add an air radar, make sure it works, and get that to us as soon as possible, because that is so important. I can't emphasize it enough. Along with the air radar, the time to kill is the other thing that is undoubtedly killing dogfighting in Battlefield 6.
Super fast.
The current TTK is just so fast that pretty much nobody ever has any chance to react to being shot. If a jet ends up behind you, it's very likely that they're going to kill you.
I do think, and here's the thing with the TTK, if you're gonna make it so that the TTK is so fast as it is in Battlefield 6, you gotta make it so that like when it comes to dogfighting, somebody can get behind somebody like quicker. Maybe making like the steering a little tighter, make it so that we can do these sharper turns, make it so that the map has some sort of terrain that I can bob and weave and not just insta-die. Because, dude, I am frying people half the time. Like, don't get me wrong. It is satisfying to get, like, just mow somebody down in one clip when it comes to, like, these dogfights. But when it happens to you, bro, it feels god-awful. It really does.
Guess what? There's no air radar, so they end up behind you a good amount. Now, the problem with this is that it doesn't really benefit anyone, in my opinion. Sure, the noob player might get a kill here and there, but more often than not, the good pilot is just going to sneak up on them and instantly kill them before they have a chance to react.
Yep,
People have been so frustrated by the TTK, even in the game chat. And this is not something that I ever saw people complaining about in games like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. It was tuned to perfection in those games. Why don't we just take something that worked for once? Now, I was going to talk about physics as well, but
bro,
honestly,
keep in mind, he's saying this while completely
frying.
frying. Like, he's going crazy in this game.
And
already has
we haven't really felt
80-something
what dogfighting
kills.
is like yet, with all these bugs and issues in the game. So, if I had it my way, I'm saying, fix the current issues first and let's feel it out. That means add an air radar, make the time to kill significantly slower, and ideally, add some sort of spawn protection so that the best strategy isn't just spawn killing jets. I know you can do it in previous Battlefield games, but that doesn't mean that we can't actually improve upon something here.
I honestly think, dude, when it comes to like these jets, I don't know if they need like a quicker launch, or I don't know if there needs to be a time of just invincibility so the jets can actually just get off the ground. Because, bro, I'm telling you, especially when it comes to Maroc Valley, like I'll sneak up behind a jet and I'll beam him before he can even get his nose off the ground. Like, dude, it happens so quick. Like, you'll see me. If you've ever watched me play with the Jets in Battlefield, the first thing I'm doing as I'm coming off the runway is I'm just, dude, my camera is spamming, looking up, down, left, right. Is anybody about to pull up on me? It's because it's ridiculous. You got to be aware. You got to be ready. And here's the thing. Even if you see it coming for you, you're cooked. Like, you're cooked. You're gonna die. I've always liked the Jets in Battlefield, but this jet play is not enjoyable in my opinion. Yeah, it's rough. And here's the thing. The hardest part for me is that I never got to experience, like, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, or just any other Battlefield game when it came to the Jets, because, like, I really discovered it in Battlefield 6, and it is so much fun. And there's a part of me that wants to go to, like, 2042. Not saying 2042 is the best, but, like, I've seen gameplay of it now, and it looks super fun. Some of these maps, bro, like, there are skyscrapers where you can bob and weave, and just, like, it seems like a good time. It kind of sucks that I discovered it in Battlefield 6 with the state of it being so difficult, but only time will tell, man. Really, like, truly, with Battlefield, it really is just time will tell.
And make it even better than it was in the past. So there, those are 3 simple things that would make a hell of a big difference in air gameplay. Now, for some other things that would make a huge difference to air vehicle gameplay, let's talk about vehicle loadouts because, well, there really aren't none. The jets especially have no customization available for them at all. The stealth jet, the attack jet, doesn't matter. There's no loadout customization available in this Battlefield game. That's incredible. I've never seen a Battlefield game that's launched with no jet customization.
You see, I can't speak for this because I really don't know.
Battlefield with one gun, one sidearm, one gadget, so on. There'd be tears everywhere. Everyone would be crying about that.
Tell me, how many different loadouts did the Jets have back then?
It only exists to die in a pretty way. Nobody seems to care. Yes, the attack heli does actually have some customization available, especially in the pilot seat. There is a few things you can change. But then you go in the gunner seat and it's the same old thing. There's no customization available. And yes, 2042 did set a very, very low standard when it comes to customization. Does that mean we should be comparing to Battlefield 2042? Absolutely not. That game was a disgrace. Let's carry on. Now, I'm kind of finishing up here. I want to talk about the skill gap. And the skill gap is so important to me. And I think a bunch of you guys as well, because this is where the replayability comes from. The games with the higher skill gaps end up retaining your focus for so much longer because it just feels so satisfying to get better and better and better.
Yeah, kinda. It kind of depends. I mean, sometimes with games, and I think Call of Duty is the best example, when it comes to having, I don't know, actually, I don't really know if that's necessarily a skill gap, because I don't know if skill-based matchmaking in a game with a skill gap is necessarily the same, but, like, let's say Fortnite. I think Fortnite has a very, very high skill gap. And if that skill gap is a little too high, I mean, introducing that to a new player is just like, yeah, no shot. Like, bro, there is no way I can go into builds Fortnite and dream of getting, like, a 5-kill game. I think with the Jets, it's a little different, like, especially with Battlefield, because at the end of the day, it's a very, like, it's a simple concept, but it's a gray area. You know, it really depends on the game.
Anyways, in Battlefield 6,
because people in COD were getting angry at just slide canceling, and that skill gap, in my opinion, was kind of low. You know what I mean?
That I'm just going to go through a bunch of them really, really fast. Let's start with tow missiles. In every single implementation in this game, they are disgustingly easy to use. In fact, the ranking of best AA vehicles in Battlefield 6 goes like this: IFV, MBT, then the actual AA. That is true to God. I guarantee you that is the actual truth about the most effective AAs in Battlefield 6.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, I might even say that an infantryman with an RPG is more effective than the AA. And that isn't because the AA isn't effective. In fact, the missiles do go through flares a lot of the time. It's more that they've taken things that used to be skill shots. These used to be clips, and they've taken the satisfaction out of them because they're just too easy. I mean, I don't even feel anything when I tow a jet anymore. It's just disappointing when I miss. Then in the attack helicopter, once again, the tow missile isn't really that hard to use. It doesn't really satisfy me. The pods, they're kind of satisfying, I can't even lie.
But here's the thing that I do wonder. Is it just him because he's just so good at the game? Or is this, like, for the casual person? Because here's the thing. I don't know if the casual person is doing all this. Like, y'all ever watch Asmongold Gold try playing Battlefield 6? That was a train wreck. That shit was some of the funniest gameplay you will see. Because, like, I understand if someone even has, like, opposable thumbs and they play this game and they're rocking this heli with the gunner, like, yeah, I think they're getting like 30 to 50. But the top echelon, I mean, I can kind of understand them not having a good time.
Gunner seat though, oh, that is just so dumbed down, it's not even funny. Because when you zoom in the gunner seat, the game automatically tracks the point that you're aiming at. So all the aiming skill that you used to need to account for where your pilot's flying, and also the skill in piloting steady, doesn't matter anymore. Your pilot can just fly extremely fast, and he has to because of the state of RPGs, and the gun will just stay steady on a target. And all that skill is just out the window.
That depends, bro, because piloting in this game is tough for some people.
So satisfying hitting
way
a
too
beam
tough
across the map on enemy
Some
jet,
people still haven't figured it out.
You had to be
I'm
very,
one of the
very
lucky
accurate
few
and
that
read
can
the
say,
movement.
you know, he
It
has.
used to be satisfying to one clip a heli because you had to hit damn near all your shots. And it wasn't that bad that newer players had to come around and do a second pass. It just made them more hungry to do it properly the next time. In this game, once again, I'm just really, really disappointed when I don't do these things because it is really so easy to do them. And the thing that pains me is that we're a month into the game and this is how it already feels. So
Yeah, I will say that right there is some
hope
bullshit.
that developers can address a lot of these things and improve the game.
Bro,
Once
just
again, we're only a
two-clip
month
that
in,
heli
there's gonna be
within
patches
seconds.
coming soon, and I am truly addicted to certain parts of this game. Unfortunately, those parts are not the air gameplay at all. Those parts are things like Red Sec, like Gauntlet the other day in the Twitch Rivals tournament. That was absolute cinema. But yeah, the part that drew me into Battlefield in the first place is all of a sudden the part that I'm the most disappointed with. So please do like this video. Sub would be appreciated. We're almost 200k. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.
I mean, W Silk for 200k, dude. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't say anything about the map size. I really wanted him to talk about that, especially just his opinion on Blackwell Fields. I did see he dropped the gameplay on it, getting like 70-something kills on that map, which is impressive. Super impressive, bro. Like, I don't know if I could do that. I've dropped like 30-something, but 70? Jesus Christ. But overall, man, it's just the game. I do see why he would say the game is dumbed down. W video, they need to fix the jets.